Welcome back to Quanie, the podcast. Welcome back to season 2. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. One thing I saw this week really touched me. I was in the grocery store, standing in line, and I noticed an older woman trying to grab something from the top shelf. She tried once, tried twice, and finally, she just looked like, all right, maybe this isn't my destiny today. Before I could help, this teenage boy, maybe 16, walked up quietly, grabbed the item, handed it to her with so much respect. She thanked him like he just saved her whole life. And the moment was simple, but also full. And here's what moved me. There were two completely different people, different ages, different backgrounds, different races, different worlds. But for those 30 seconds, none of that mattered. Just human to human, kindness to kindness, connection without commentary. Moments like that remind me that the world still has softness. The world still has humanity. And that leads right into today's conversation. Today's episode is called Race, Reality, Perception. And I want to be clear, this isn't an episode about outrage. This isn't a debate. This isn't a TED Talk. This is a human conversation about how we're seen, how we see others, and how humanity still shows up in the middle of everything. At some point in life, you realize people don't always see you through your own identity. They see through their conditioning. People meet you through their upbringing, their fears, their stereotypes, their assumptions, their experiences, or stories they've inherited but never really questioned. And most of the time, they don't even know they're doing it. That's the reality. But the deeper truth is, humanity still breaks through, like that moment in the grocery store. Some people see difference. Some people just see human to human. Some people just see a human who needs help. Both exist. But the second one, that's who we want to be. Everyone experiences race differently. Some people feel it every day. Some people feel it situationally. Some people don't think about it until the world forces them to. But across every identity, every background, every culture, we all want the same things: to be seen, to be respected, to feel safe, to belong. That's why I approach this conversation about race from a place of humanity, not heaviness. I don't avoid reality, but I also don't lead with fear. I lead with connection. Let me speak personally for a moment. I'm a Black man, fully, proudly, 100%, but I also navigate very comfortably in different spaces: white spaces, Asian spaces, Indian spaces. I genuinely enjoy connecting with different cultures. People have told me before, Quanie, you're naive. You're too comfortable. You don't even know the world like that. But here's the truth. It's not naivete. It's humanity. It's the way I show up. It's curiosity. It's openness. It's how I was raised. It's who I am. I don't shrink who I am to fit in, and I don't magnify who I am to prove a point. I just move through the world grounded in myself, aware of the realities, but not defined by them. Both things can exist at once. Now, I work in Hollywood. I'm actively submitting for auditions, etc. And let me say this, I don't personally feel like my race has stopped me from getting opportunities, but I'm not blind to the industry's history. Hollywood is changing, slowly, awkwardly, but changing. I've been welcomed, I've been embraced, I've gotten opportunities earlier than expected, but I never confuse my personal experience with the entire system. My journey has been good, but I'm aware that not everyone's journey looks like mine. That is clarity. That is balance. That is safe. And that is the truth. There's a quote by Victor Hugo that says, "All the forces in the world are not as powerful as an idea whose time has come." Dr. King built on that when he said, "Not even the marching of mighty armies can halt an idea whose time has come." And I believe the idea that's rising right now is this: seeing each other clearly, human to human, not stereotype to stereotype. That's the shift happening around us, quietly, slowly, but powerfully. And once humanity becomes the idea whose time has come, nothing can stop it. Not division, not fear, not politics, not the past, nothing. I feel very strongly about this episode, about this idea of race, reality, and perception. I do believe that how we see ourselves is how the world will see us. This week, I want you to notice just one thing: a moment where someone breaks the pattern, where someone shows up with kindness, not assumption, where someone sees you, not your label. Moments really do matter. They rewrite stories, they rewire how we see people. They remind us that beneath everything, we are still more connected than we think. Thank you for being here with me today. Talking about race doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be a fight. It doesn't have to reopen wounds. Sometimes it's just an invitation to see other, really see each other as human first. If we do that even a little, the world gets better. I'll see you next Monday on Quanie, the podcast.